It's upsetting that a member of our community has been murdered by a community institution meant to protect and serve, and upsetting that our city's system of justice has worked so hard to prevent true justice in the death of Fridoon Nehad. From what we've already heard, there's been a clear trail of cover-up in this case. And our city deserves more than this denial of justice on the part of corrupt agents working within both the district attorney's office and the San Diego Police Department. These officials think it is okay to falsify evidence and blame this murder on the victim himself. And we are here to tell them that in no city that we want to live in, and that in no world that we want to live in, is this okay.
Right on.
This is by far not the first time in this city that police officers have wrongfully used force against the black and brown, working class, mentally ill, or disabled residents of our city. And this is not the first time that our district attorney, Bonnie Dumanis, has taken advantage of our justice system at the expense of these same communities. In just this last year alone, we saw Dumanis wrongfully accuse and imprison members of our community on false accusations of gang affiliation. It wasn't right for her then to criminalize San Diegans for their use of certain rap lyrics and their neighborhood proximity to suspected gang members, and it isn't right for her now to get away with the cover-up of the murder of Fridoon Nehad. The practices of no police oversight and no separation of powers have become business as usual in this city. And it is time that we make it clear that we will no longer allow our government and our elected officials to take advantage of the so many black, brown, working class, and undocumented lives that make this city everything that it is. All across the nation today, we see ordinary people taking to the streets and protesting the same injustices in their city that we are seeing here today. Whether in Chicago, in Baltimore, in Oakland, or right here in San Diego, our nation's law enforcement and our nation's protectors of justice have shown that they are really only interested in protecting themselves. This is not an isolated incident, and we are not alone in this fight. In Chicago right now, after what are now months of protests following the release of video footage of the gruesome murder of Laquan McDonald, numerous high-ranking local officials in the city are now receiving pink slips, they're resigning, and they're retiring. Even the city's chief of police has now stepped down, and the citizens are refusing to back down on the demand for the mayor, Rahm Emanuel, to resign. I think it is safe to say that in Chicago today, we see a city whose political foundations have been thoroughly shaken. And now we are here to say that we're ready to shake the political foundations of our city, just as has been done in Chicago and all across the nation. San Diego may think that they've escaped being held to the standards of true justice, but we are here to tell them that this is not the case. We will no longer allow business as usual to continue, and we will no longer accept city officials who act for themselves at the expense of us, the people of San Diego. It is up to us to make sure that change begins now. For this reason, the San Diego branch of the International Socialist Organization is in full support of the demands for the resignation of District Attorney Bonnie Dumanis, the indictment and firing of police officer Neil Browder, the complete release of information of victims terrorized by our police force, and measures to be put on the ballot for the installation of community review boards to monitor the actions of our local police officers. We need justice for San Diego now, and we need justice for Fridoon Nehad now.